Hello. Let's adjust things really quick. I'm a little late to any. I don't think that anyone's joined yet, but also, in case anyone was watching this pre-recorded, I'm a little late. Had a couple things to do. Just need to do one more thing, and then I can get started. I'm going to wait for people to trickle in. I'm going to start letting people know, too, that I am going live. Let's even get the chat here, too. I'm just waiting a minute before anyone shows up. Oh boy. Where am I looking at? Hello, if anyone's joining. I'm just about to start. Just need to let people know on Instagram I am going live. I am a little late today, unfortunately. I had to run some errands. I took a fat nap before this live stream, and I meant to run some errands before the live stream. So I wanted to do it well before, but ended up napping. So yeah, it is what it is. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull up I'm going to get my tablet with the chat on here in case I need to read that. This thing is not working. This thing is not working sometimes. For some reason, okay, why is it not loading? Omega Maximus, I see your chat now. I don't know why it was giving me such problems. But I see your chats. Thank you for letting me know. It was giving me problems. Apologies for that. Anyway, we have this model kit here. I'm going to be taking a look at. Oh boy. I'm hoping the framework looks kind of choppy on my end, so hopefully it's not too bad. I picked up RX-72 Gundam at Hobby Lobby. I just picked up a Barbados for like $10, a different Barbados at Hobby Lobby today because it was like 40% off this weekend. Now this one I got at a local hobby store. I got it at Hobby Town, which is it's the Hobby Town near me is a little bit close to where my mom's is. So, and the dang live ads. I got lo-fi beats to study to playing right now. But yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at Strike Gundam. Just easily call it Strike Gundam. I'm not saying all this. I have not watched Gundam Seed yet. I need to keep going on Naruto, and then I'll take a break and I'll watch some Gundams. But I'm gonna eventually watch. I'm going to watch like the original Gundam, and then I'll try to do chronological order, I guess. But I will eventually get to Gundam Seed because a good number of these Gundam shows I want to watch. So there's that, and the light's kind of. I have no idea how well it's gonna turn out. But once I take all this off, that light that you see here is not gonna be here. Started rewatching Beast Wars on DVD. That's sick. I have not watched Beast Wars. I didn't get around to it as a kid, unfortunately. And then I just decided not to once I got older. But Beast Wars is so many. It's like below. It's like what people call like the best Transformer show. I can see why. Okay, opening this up. We have a bunch of trays. We have the stickers in here. The decals. I hate the decals, but it is what it is. Very soon, I'm going to be getting a panel line marker kit for some of these panel lines. So, it's a beautiful looking piece. I have this in the Gundam Universe line as well as the Robot Spirits. I still have that in the box though. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on the actual figure first. And it comes with its accessories, like its wing parts and all that. And I guess eventually we'll get to the wing parts. We're definitely not finishing this today. But I need to go ahead and start in a second. There are so many TV shows to strain that my head spin. There's that. But also there's some shows, like Cartoon Network shows, that just aren't available. That HBO Max needs to get on their service. I'm pulling out another kit really quick because I left my tools in it. I bought an accessory kit for my Iron-Blooded Orphans model kits. And I learned this needs to be replaced. But this is a polishing tool for nub marks, I learned. So it took me that long to figure that out. It's not going to polish them perfectly, but it's at least going to look a little better than what they did before. And I'm grabbing my snippers and my X-Acto knife, which X-Acto might need to be replaced soon. I see there's 3 people in the chat. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys have a good start to the weekend. Mine is fine. Family came into town, so we had dinner last night. I wasn't feeling great earlier, so I had to... We didn't have plans yet, but there was potential that we would have met up today before this live stream. But I wasn't feeling very good this morning, and by the time I was feeling better, they had their particular plans that they had to do too with people that they have already made plans with like weeks in advance. So I can't be too mad about it. Let me grab my drink, and today's drink of choice, which I'll have water in a second. Today's drink of choice is a blue Gatorade, cool blue, in this my preferred bottle, so I can just drink it up real quick. I have a feeling the sugars in that is going to make my throat a little dry soon. Most unfortunate part of building a model kit is losing the pieces. I have not lost a piece of anything yet. Thank goodness. Of any of my kits. Don't build them often, but I haven't lost anything yet, so thank God. Which Japanese import do you think should have a super articulated toy for Dragon Maid? It'll be Figma. I don't think Tamashii Nations would touch that with its 49.5-foot pole. It would probably be Good Smile. I think the licensor is Funimation, so it's probably going to be... It'll probably be Figma. Maybe Revoltech. I don't know. I don't think anyone is really clamoring in the market for super highly articulated Dragon Maid figures, unfortunately. Stuff like Nendoroids are probably what most people will prefer in the long run, just because they have a little bit of articulation and they have small little pieces that you can mess around with a little bit to make them different. Let's get this one open here. I am fully awake. Everyone else is sleeping in. Okay, good. Hopefully you have, I assume, I'm not sure what time it would be where you are. I guess it's, if it's on the West Coast, it would be 11 o'clock, or you could be from somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully everyone's having fun this weekend. Have you watched the Ghostbusters movies? When I was younger, I mean, I rewatched the first one every couple of years. I love the first one. And I don't love the second one. And I wasn't a big fan of the all-female one. Again, I think I've said it before, not because, of the actual female aspect, but just that movie was not written very well. Ghostbusters Afterlife was pretty good to me. Which Michael Myers gets hurt. Why Michael Myers gets hurt and then he is fine? It depends on the movie, because there's like 6 different timelines, stuff with like paganism, and I don't even know. Sometimes it's just an old dude that just doesn't want to die. He's just too pissed off to die, I guess. It depends on the movies. Okay, around 11 o'clock in California, I see. I have not watched the Ghostbusters cartoon either, so I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters fan, but I love the first movie. Okay, so we have all our trays here, and I actually forget what my strategy is to start with. But what I'm going to do is I'll take it all here, take it all out real quick. Again, I'm not doing this right now, but we'll get to this. So number 1, we need G and PCs. I guess I could just set it in here. I'm not sure. G and PCs. So we'll put everything I know I don't need yet on the side. You get to see a little bit of the back of that too, and the color guide as well. I think I've already said this. I want to buy panel line markers, but I need to find the exact right kit, and then I'll probably, sometimes they don't have every single color you want in a kit, so I might have to buy like a kit that doesn't have a black, and then I'll just buy a separate black down at Hobby Lobby. This is C. Where's G? I'm looking for G, man. We have PC here. Yeah. That's B. What is this? Where is G? Am I crazy? I put it away. G is blue stuff. Okay, cool. Let's get started. All right, maybe I should push this forward a little bit, push this down a little bit. And there we go. I'm reading your chat. Give me a second. Favorite Ninja Turtle is Raphael. I think mine is Mikey. I think Donatello has slept on. At this point, a lot of people don't sleep on Donatello, which is good, but Mikey's good too. I'm not. I will admit I'm not the biggest Turtles fan of all time, so I don't want to act like I know everything about Turtles, but they're good. Original Gundam was animated by Toei, same company that the G1. Did Toei really do G1 Transformers? I thought it was the States. I guess. I thought somewhere in the States did. I swear it was an American animation. I didn't realize Toei would have done it. That's kind of interesting. But I know Toei has done. Toei's biggest 2 things right now are I think they do no, not Detective Conan. That's Kadokawa, I think. But I know they do Dragon Ball and they do One Piece. Those are like their 2 biggest. I wouldn't say cash cows, but they basically are. What else did you say? Who's your favorite Sith Lord? Darth Maul by a landslide. I love Darth Maul. And then you mentioned something about Morbius. I didn't learn about until I think think I didn't learn about it until the cartoon either, but I think honestly, actually, I was made aware of, I think I heard about Morbius when I was younger, and then I was made more aware of Morbius when the first time they did it in the Marvel Legends line, and then the movie came out, and I didn't watch the movie. I'm not going to. That's movie seems lame. My favorite Ninja Turtle villain. I really don't remember a lot of them. I think it's I loved Rocksteady and Bebop though as a duo. When I did watch some of it. Yeah. Sunbow also worked on Transformers in the 80s. Is that like, I feel like, no, I don't remember who worked on, someone worked on the movie, dang it. I can't think right now. Hold on. Let me start cutting away real quick. I have to do both PCs. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, Toei worked on the Transformers movie. Okay, I can see that because some of that animation was pretty good. Where is this going into? Did I even cut the right thing? Yeah, I did. I see. These latch into here are like so. Okay. I'll try to respond to live chats best I can, but sometimes when I focus on too many, I get sidetracked and I, lose focus. So I'll try to respond to chatting as much as I can. I just try to bear with me if I miss some of it. Get the next G out. This is like the only. No, there's one other thing with blue on here, but yeah, this only has 3 blue pieces. I didn't realize because this is the crotch piece right here. I guess I'm doing this off camera. I gotta remember to do this. I think I've been used to the past 2 live streams doing it in the box. In fact, you know what? I'm going to. This has to go actually. The Final DC figures are too out of scale with Marvel Legends. That's unfortunately my biggest fear when I heard McFarlane Toys took over, and that's a DC thing apparently. I don't think he. I mean, I'm sure he also would have rather had 6-inch, but also DC apparently mandated the whole 7-inch thing. I think they knew they were going to get compared to the Marvel stuff, which is kind of bizarre that that's a priority for anything DC. Unfortunately, I don't think we're in the great. I don't know if we'll ever have what Mattel was not perfect, but at least it was 6-inch and it was getting there. It was getting really good, and then it ended. They didn't renew the license. I don't know. People love the McFarlane Toy stuff, to each their own. I don't know if we'll ever have, in the actual 6-inch scale, like good domestic 6-inch DC figures ever again. As long as McFarlane Toys has it. Imports, sure. I'm not about to spend over $100 for every single Batman, though. For a Mofex. I thought Mofex is bad, but I have to limit myself on those. They're all just way too expensive for me. I'm not going to spend too much time polishing either. Now that I am polishing a little bit of these and cutting away just a little bit, because I don't want to polish too much. It's not going to really destroy the plastic, but I don't want to ruin too much of the plastic. And this thing needs to go. Like, this has to be fixed up. it might take a little bit longer to do any of this, unfortunately. I hate that noise. Plastic rubbing. This is too rough still. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But if I cut away too much, it's going to start whitening up, and then... Oh boy. Okay. Cool. I need to get this open. This thing just keeps closing on me. I'm gonna need to. Okay. There we go. I can fall if anyone. I don't think anyone's building this with me, but I can. If anyone wants to look at the page, there you go. I was gonna say build along with me, but I don't know who's building anything today. I can't put that together yet. I need to put C on there. Let's see. Is that the white one? It's A. What's the C then? C is the grays. What do we have here? Watched all the Rambo movies with my dad. I watched Alien with my dad. Aliens with my dad. I shouldn't have, because my mom gave him an earful after that because it's way too graphic. And good movie though. Oh, you're excited for X-Men 87? That's cool. I don't really know if I can say. I'm curious about it. I'm curious about the Spider-Man cartoon that is apparently a Tom Holland Spider-Man, but also not the same universe. And I don't actually know what's going on there because apparently Daredevil, like Charlie Cox Daredevil's going to be in it, and apparently what happens, I don't know. I don't know exactly what's. We'll see what happens. You know, it's cool getting animated stuff from Marvel again, though. First Flame Toys Transformer model kit was the G1 Optimus Prime. I'm not familiar with those. Second I built was IDW Megatron. Unfortunately, that model kit is fragile. That sucks. I think I own Gurren Lagann, the Sentinel model kit, and the people have said the thighs, like the T-joint going into the hip to make it move forward on a T-joint breaks off. I bought silicone shock oil just in case for that figure, but I have not had any problems with it since I built it like almost 2 years ago. And it's coming back out. It's getting re-released by Sentinel, so that model kit's really good. I hate the you can see here, maybe. That's gonna be a problem. Can I polish that? I don't think so. I have to like get in here really good and try to polish that. If I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, no. Dang. Oh well. It is what it is. Get this out of here. I don't want to get cut. So I gotta try to remember next time. I guess what I'll do is I'll fold the instruction manual, leave that out, leave the box here on the side with what I'm working with, and if I'm getting rid of anything here. Leave a tray I'm working on the side. P1. I'm also a little. I apologize if I seem a little sluggish today. I'm not feeling the greatest. I mean, I'm fine to. I feel fine enough to live chat and live stream, but earlier I was not feeling good in the morning, so I haven't had the greatest sleep. I still want to live chat though. So What was your reaction when Optimus Prime died? I was a little bit older when I saw the 86 film. And I was like maybe like 10 or 11. It was still sad. I like watching all those Transformers die in that kids movie was kind of traumatizing. I can totally see why kids would be traumatized if they were. Do I have sandpaper anymore? I actually don't know where my sandpaper is. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I really don't like sanding my model kits. Where does this go, though? Did I build something wrong? Uh-oh. Was I supposed to... What is this? What's going on with this? Is this a neck joint? Or is this a... So I'm not supposed to put this together yet? That doesn't make sense because there's no space in here. Let me cut the other pieces just before I start. Mind melting. What do you think of Skids and Mud Flap from Red Adventures of Fallen? Extremely racially insensitive is what I think of Skids and Mud Flap. We know what Michael Bay was doing. They were also kind of annoying. Looking back on it now, that was kind of Also, I'm just not a big fan of the Michael Bay movies. And the first one was fine. The rest are not that great to me. Don't want Spider-Man freshman year to get canceled. I don't. If it's only going to be one season, I'm sure they're going to make it work to where we see why it's one season. But I mean, it's not even out yet. It's not going to be out for a while. So I don't know when exactly it's going to come out. C. Where's C? I need B as well. I think that's the crotch piece. B4? No. I've been working on G. Okay. I don't know where B is. Scatterbrain. B1, 4. What would be a great updated alt mode for Soundwave since no one uses cassette players? Roku remote or something, I don't know. I know that they would do like iHomes and iPods for Soundwave, I think, at some point. Something gimmicky. They don't really do gimmicky stuff anymore. I know that they did Canon, the non-functioning Canon cameras for Optimus and Megatron, I think. You could do a camera or you could do an iPad or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't had much thought into Transformers for a while, unfortunately. Gundams, though. They both look very similar. I wonder if one was based off the other. I feel like Transformers kind of. There's also, I think it was not Macross, but what's the other one? There's another like Transformer type show from the 80s. I don't remember what they're called. That was technically first. Not Hacks. God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll look at it later. What I didn't love about the Open One series was the music sounded boring. And it was not Star Wars and Reva. Okay, so I understand people's annoyance with Reva. That actress did the best of what she could with, but that was an extremely underdeveloped character that they tried to make a developed character in a show that really shouldn't be about anyone besides the titular character. And, you know, of course, Darth Vader. Because that showdown between them is great. That any problem I had with the show, that ending was fantastic, I thought. I thought the Leia, I can understand why they put her in there, and the way that they went around that actually wasn't too bad. So, oh boy. What in the hell is going on? I see. I think I see. I actually don't know. I don't think it was GoBots. It was something else. If I looked at the toys, I could tell you what it was called. I never watched it, though. I think I put it in. I don't take that out of context. I think it's in here. Star Wars Tales. I hope we get a Star Wars Tales of the Bounty Hunter Disney Plus series. That's actually not a bad idea. I'd like to see some origins of like Cad Bane. And they could basically retell what happened, like the unreleased scene of Boba versus Cad Bane. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had it there. Did you? I'm on a live stream. Oh, you're good. He hated the ending. Oh, I see. Yeah. I was mad with it. All right. Have a good day at work. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, my roommate had to ask me something real quick. He's about to go to work. I'm not sure what they were called. Oh, man. I'm looking, and it's not Voltron. It's Mask. That's what it was. Mask is the show it was the show I'm thinking of. Mask was like really like people now look at, well, really not anymore now, but people looked similarly to like Transformers, but Transformers was just too popular. I swear to the Lord, I don't think I did this right, but I think it's stuck in there. I probably did it right, and I probably did it right. Just this peg in here, it looks like it's secured, so I guess I did it right. It just looks really gappy. Let me look right here. What's your favorite look of Boba Fett? Is probably Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back are not too different, but probably Return of the Jedi. Minor alterations, as well as I don't know. I think that I remember I used to have the Moff X one, and that figure looked so good, and it had like really nice details. So probably that look. And then they re-released, they did the Return of the Jedi version of Boba Fett in the Black Series line, which is a pretty good figure. Okay. Like 34 minutes in, I've only done barely the top of the tour. So I'm trying to figure out where some of these pieces are, man. I'm trying to figure out, is this supposed to have been plugged in at some point? Am I missing something? Is this... Okay, so the idea is it just secures in there. Okay, I see now. It doesn't look like it. My neighbors have been, I don't know what they are doing today, but they have been like 7, I was already up, but at 7 a.m. they were hammering stuff. And they just, like, our ceiling and our walls are already kind of thin, but they're just like banging around and dropping stuff. And now I just heard them do whatever it is, and I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure, I mean, if they're doing work, I get it, but at the same time, like, I feel like my upstairs neighbors, like, they are always doing something, like, almost 24/7. It seems like someone is just doing something up there. It's like, you guys, like, chill out. I had to rant about that really quick. I was a little frustrated. We're C again. C's the grays. We have not worked on anything other than blue. Well, we started with red just now, but blue and gray, very dark gray, we've been working on. I hope we get more Star Wars Black Series based on what Ralph McQuarrie. They're probably going to be, they're probably Pulse exclusives. I didn't pick up that one set. A Star, basically a Luke Star Killer would have been cool, and I'm not sure what else they could do. Maybe like a C-3PO, but I don't really remember. And maybe like, I guess whatever was done in the original McQuarrie concept art they could do. I just can't think of all of it right now. I don't know what that is. That looks like it's important for some reason. I think it came from here. How? Okay. Where's 15? There it is. I might have chopped away too much. I might have also chopped too much. I think getting some in here a little bit to make these smooth, and then hitting it with the old Disney. I gotta get a new one. Couldn't. I'm gonna have to see if Hobbytown near me has any, or buy some off eBay or not eBay, Amazon. I'm gonna have to buy a polishing tool soon. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Before I was in the action figures, I was into Thomas and Friends as a kid. I had my mom got me a lot of Thomas stuff as a kid too. Thomas Tank Engine and all that. And then when I was younger, around Christmas time, my dad would buy a, he bought a big train set that was like a Christmas themed train set. So we would set it up every Christmas. I guess that plugs in like that, I guess. I want to pick up another Black Series, episode 6 Boba to make a Jodo Cast Expanded Universe figure. I'm sure Hasbro will eventually do one, and I forgot that was actually a character. Not super well versed in the Expanded Universe, but I've read up a little bit of it. Cool that we're getting Knights of the Old Republic stuff in. Finally, Mara Jade. I want that Mara Jade really bad. Actually, I can't wait for that. All right, time for the head. We're gonna put the higher top torso. Is going to go in the box for a second. Need to adjust. Got 4 people in the chat. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. I had to check something on Instagram really quick. Okay. All right, cool. Put this away for now. Start working on the head. B. Where's B? B's the red one, I think. B15, I see it. We get a re-release of Jango Fett in the Black Series line, and I'm hoping it's a new figure. I don't really. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't too good either. Better than the SH Figure Arts one, I can tell you. Wasn't a big fan of the SH Figure Arts one when I had it. It was not the greatest. I don't know what it is, but it seems like certain licenses SHF does, they are limited. Like, they just quite literally had to cancel the Andrew Garfield head sculpt for the No Way Home figures. I mean, it's not entirely their fault, but man, that sucks. But some of the Star Wars stuff I've had of theirs is kind of rough. I have the Boba Fett SH Figure Arts one, which is a fine figure, but severely lacks in paint. Hope we get B2 battle droids. I was like on my list of like things I've been wanting for a while for Black Series to do, and they just haven't done it. And they're honestly, the reveals have just sucked lately. At least I think they suck lately. If people don't agree, that's fine. But I just do not like a lot of the reveals from Black Series lately. Besides, the expanded universe and KOTOR stuff, because they just look boring, man. They just look boring to me, and low effort. I try to be positive, but it gets kind of hard sometimes because of just the stuff that Hasbro's been doing lately. Okay. All right. Hope we get a Magna Guards, Droidekas, Battle Droid Commandos. I think I also said I'd like to see those too. In a video where I was like, with Black Series figures we need, and I made that video over 6 months ago where I was like, I think I made a top 10 of the Black Series figures that need to be made. Either one of those or none of those have still been announced and are like not even pipeline reveals. They're just reluctant on doing a lot of stuff they're just too focused on re-releasing figures. So like the Andor stuff. I haven't watched Andor. Can't speak for how much, on Andor lately. People who I know who don't even like Star Wars have watched Andor and they say they like it, which is kind of insane. But I haven't watched it. I'll try to get to it soon, but it's just a bunch of... They do like... A Shore Trooper got re-released, and I love the Shore Trooper, but we already had that, and it was at $25, and it was actually even a little bit over $25 because of Target exclusivity, and slight re-releases of like Imperial officers with a different head sculpt. Yeah.
Sorry, this is actually important.
Okay, come on in.
If you don't want to say this on the stream,
All right, hang on. Give me a second, Prince. Ow.
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe you put in a separate line. Well, they did it one time for take out just not very. I don't know. I would check.
That's why I didn't want to disturb your stream.
No, it's okay. And something like that. Good luck.
Thanks.
Roommate, he's stressed out about something. He tends to overthink things sometimes. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess this up once I put this decal on here. I'm gonna keep streaming, but man, I don't know if it was not feeling sick or what have you or whatever. I am just not up for this right now, but it's not the hardest thing in the world to keep going right now. Just wish I wasn't feeling so icky right now. Don't have a lot of energy for. Come on. Don't say it. Don't say it, TFNUT. But I don't like these decals. I really don't like decals. I wish I would pay more for these to be painted on. I think maybe real grades. I actually don't know if real grades do this. I think it's on there as best I can. I might cut this. I'm not going to end it anytime soon, but I think we're going to see how long it takes me to get through this first page. I might have to call it. Man, I hate these decals. It looks fine on here now, but man, it's gonna wipe off eventually. A's. Day 30. When I first looked at Deadpool, I don't even know where that chat went. First looked at Deadpool, just looked for Spider-Man. They do look pretty similar. It's the eyes. All right, here we go. Hopefully the white plastic is not gonna pop up too much once I cut away. I don't build model kits very much because I prefer regular action figures. Yeah, I'm kind of there's a lot of action figures that have come out, but some of them are getting really expensive. So I don't want to sound like a cheap ass, but I'm not gonna buy like. Well, I have a good number of model kits pre-ordered that aren't gonna come out yet for a while, but I like to focus on some other model kits, maybe some older figures I've been wanting to get for a while, because there's just some, besides the import stuff I can't wait for in the spring, there's a good number of things from the companies I just do not want that we know about so far this year. I'm just getting really burnt out on domestic figures and just a lot of things involved with buying domestic lately is kind of toxic. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about the null box on anything white plastic related. Okay. That's not looking too bad, actually. That's not too bad, actually. Frame rate looks not great on the stream, so hopefully it's not too bad. There's a decal that goes in the back of the head. I'm not even going to friggin' bother with doing right now. I'm not doing it. Okay. I gotta get the chevrons. Physical and retail stores stink. Because they're not the toys I want. Yeah, it's not great lately. They're really, really not great lately. Like at all. A couple of Walmarts that are usually really duty in my area actually aren't too bad lately. But in there's just a lot of stuff that doesn't look that good to me that's been coming out. That's just where I'm at. And then they keep re-releasing, like, not re-releasing, they keep making new versions of characters. They keep putting out, mostly talking about Marvel Legends, they keep putting out figures on old body molds. Like if you saw Dr. Spectrum this week, that reveal was a nightmare. Ever since, really bad start to the year with some of these reveals already. The Franklin and Valeria Richards 2-pack looks fine, but there is no reason Valeria should be on such an outdated female body and have single jointed elbows. No excuse anymore. There's none. PS5 Spider-Man for $35 is, I'm not even going to say it's highway robbery, it's borderline robbery. And then the Hyperion and Squadron Supreme 2-pack. I'm just going to say it like that for now. Hyperion looks fine. Bucky Cap mold for $25 for Dr. Spectrum. No, that's not happening. And you know, people have a lot of people have different tolerance for, you know, some of the annoying stuff lately. If some people aren't bothered with it, that's fine. But though, I've said this before in my Spider-Man PS5 video, the mentality of, did I already do this wrong? The mentality of don't like it, don't buy it is not working. I'm not saying people should not like some of these products, even if they are expensive. If you think a figure is worth $25, you know, it comes with only one extra pair of hands, or it doesn't come with anything at all, that's fine for you. But virtually everyone I've seen talking about this new Spider-Man they're not happy, and I don't blame them. What's this next one? B? Don't I really have to go back to B? Where even is B? Is it the red one? Yeah, B1. Have you played the classic Mega Man games? No, I have not. I didn't get to play a lot of classic games. You said like Pokemon and Mario Brothers when I was a kid. Just didn't have the. I just didn't know they existed at the time, and I also just didn't. I don't know. Until I got older, I didn't really care about video games all that much. Once I got an Xbox 360 and started playing Halo, that's when it started getting cool. I'm not even. This is so small. I'm not even gonna try to bother. This is going smack dab in the forehead somewhere. Where is this going? This loops down. If my gigantic fingers weren't in the way. This is supposed to be flat down. Come on. We are at 56 minutes. There are 3 people in the chat. I probably shouldn't read off how many people in the chat over and over again. Thank you for everyone who is sticking around watching. Appreciate it. This is not going down. All right. Photo time. What does this look like from the front? Okay. There's nub marks. There's nub pieces in the box, so I'm not going to mess around with it too much. That's what I paid. Actually, I paid less than that. I paid like $9 on Black Friday. Actually, I think it was the end of the year. So it's supposed to look like that. And the problem I'm having is that this does not want... Okay, these gotta go. Is that this does not want... This tiny red piece for the forehead does not want to stay in here. Can't tell you why. And this is like loose. It doesn't secure at all. It's supposed to go in here. This is not in all the way. His forehead is huge, so I'm trying to... Don't like how mediocre Phase 4 is. Only like No Way Home and Wakanda Forever, which is kind of how I feel too. Shang-Chi was pretty decent, actually. Everything else, people have said trust the process, and eventually things will make sense to the MCU. Me personally, I don't really dig. They're just, I'm not even looking at those. You know, you can look at them as comic movies all you want, which is fine. This could be not secured either. I'm getting really frustrated. This is actually a really frustrating kit for some reason. They're just not good movies. Like, just as objectively movies. I see some of these comic movies as movies as well, and I just don't think some of them have been very good lately. Hope we get a proper Sinister Six in the MCU. We're never getting a proper Sinister Six in the MCU. I have to tell you right now. If they're trying to set up Morbius coming to the MCU somehow, it's not going to work. We had a Sinister 5, which was close. Let me see. Don't like the changes to Kamala Khan's powers in the MCU. And I hear that they might actually add those back in somehow. They should have just not worried about it in the first place. There were two... they were too focused on putting Reed Richards back into the MCU, you know, putting him into the MCU, the stretchy powers, and didn't realize that multiple people got multiple powers, similar multiple powers in that world. So, is this it? Did I finally do it? Yeah, I finally did it. It's just the pieces weren't pushed in all the way. Okay, that was a nightmare. That was not fun. Oh boy. I had to focus on. I have like 4% brain power right now, so trying to focus on what is next is a little jarring. There's an N in here. There it is. This is like this, almost the same. This is just. Why can't you just make a big runner? I don't know. I guess they just ran out of room. Might build the weapons off camera. The knife. These knives are literally just knives. Like, you don't even have to assemble them. Thoughts on Kamal Khan being a mutant? I mean, if it doesn't really matter too much to me. The Spider-Man. Some people argue that Spider-Man can technically be a mutant, but he's really not. But at the same time, I don't know. It's the word mutant's kind of broad. It's I don't hate it. How would you rank each Fox X-Men movie? I have not watched all of them, and that's going to take too long for me to even think about. But I think like half those movies I'm not a big fan of, if I'm being honest. But my favorites are Days of Future Past, First Class, and I mean Deadpool movies are pretty good too. Second one could be better, and Logan. And then my least favorite, I kind of not watched every single one of them. I need to get back into them, but least favorite was either Age of Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix. Those were not good. I did not think they were very good at all. N 8 and 9. These look like joint pieces for arms, and they are. The X-Men movie top 9 is very convoluted. Yeah, especially because they keep putting in Patrick Stewart, and I can't tell when he's supposed to be 40 and when he's supposed to be 96 at this point. Unless they've just like quietly established that a lot of mutants, or particular mutants, have weird aging. I don't know. It is annoying. This whole piece I just cut out. All right, I'm gonna find sander real quick. Sander somewhere. I had some sandpaper earlier. I was trying to grab my I was thinking about grabbing my Robot Spirits RX-78 too to show off real quick in the box, but I can't grab it right now. Why do you not like Age of Apocalypse? I gotta rewatch it again if I have a little bit of a better opinion. I think I wiped away too much. But I thought that a lot of the acting and like the plot just didn't make a lot of sense. Man, acting was not very good, and you don't watch a comic movie for the greatest stellar acting in the world, but the way they did some of those characters, I don't know, it felt like they weren't they didn't feel like some of the characters I originally saw in some of these previous movies. Like, I gotta watch it again, but I just wasn't all that impressed with it, if I'm being honest. Should have gotten me on Steve 2 instead of Batman v Superman. Yeah, not the biggest. Not the biggest fan of anything, almost everything after Man of Steel. Oh, God. And some people will fight me tooth and nail about the Snyderverse. I've seen Twitter is disgusting because they just talk about how great the Snyderverse is and how there's nothing wrong with it. And well, I just lost a piece. They just some of these Zack Snyder fanboys lack critical thinking skills. All right. Oh boy. I don't know. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Okay, there we go. And this needs to go. Come on, man. Come on. Ah, there we go. Trying to do this all the, I know it's over here on the side, but trying to do this all the viewfinder is a little difficult right now. Yeah, I'm not even done. Oh, God. What is happening? Okay. I need parts from A. 82627. I see where they are right here. I'm not even going to bother with nub marks right now, if I'm being honest. Yeah, no. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. This is kind of a cool system, how they're making this done with layering it over, at least. I assume this is a shoulder joint. I'm literally about to do just this whole one page is just, oh, I forgot this, whatever. Wait, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna put that together right now. I really like the design though, the way that they have like this weird like vent system and like what would be the chest here. It's kind of cool. And it looks like a classic Gundam with the chevrons, you know. Like the aerial Gundam from Witcher Mercury now has a new look. It's kind of like this too. Not that they all need to look the same. Barbados is a pretty different looking one too, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, just look at C. Just, I think I left C out here actually. Yeah. 10/31/21. There's 31. August 21. I live near a hospital, so there's an ambulance that's going off right now. What am I looking at? Missed the chat. Bryan Singer was a horrible person when he was working on the X-Men movies. Yeah, man. Actually, it was like 2014. I remember my friend saying that he was not going to. This was actually before all the Me Too stuff. He was not going to watch the X-Men movies because in 2014 there was word that he was what he did. People didn't take that as seriously as up until 2017, 2018, and yeah, I haven't watched some of the Singer movies in a while. Do you want the Flash movie to be canceled? I don't want it to be canceled, but I just don't think. I don't potentially want. It's really not up to me, and people, there is no ethical consumption of media or whatever. Sometimes, or whatever. That's I think it involves capitalism, but essentially, there's a lot of messed up people that make a lot of stuff, and people say separate the art from the artist. A lot of the time, the art is the artist, and if I think someone has done something horrible enough, or it's two things to me. If they've done something horrible enough to where I just can't feel right watching it, or if it's not good enough and they still did something horrible, then I'm not gonna watch it. Roman Polanski is a director who Roman Polanski did something very bad, and I'm not going to say it on stream right now. But he fled the country, and they can't get him for whatever reason it is. They can't convict him for it, and I will never watch a Roman Polanski movie until the day that guy croaks. Even then, I probably won't watch it. With Ezra Miller, there was a lot of stuff. Did a lot of things. And I also just don't, from just what I've heard, I just don't think it's going to look all that good to me. So I'm probably not going to go see it. I'm really not going to go. I'm not clamoring to go see movies, any movie anytime soon if I'm being quite honest, besides maybe the newest Indiana Jones, because I've been, I am going to be curious as to how that whole thing with Harrison Ford ends. I don't think I did that right. Yeah, I did. It just seems like this gets in the way a lot, this little... And that comes off. Oh, yeah, that came out. God dang it. I want Grant Gustin to be the new Flash instead of Ezra Miller. I don't think that's going to happen because I know there was that little cameo between them, and was it Grant Gustin? Grant Gustin's the CW one, so I think that they wouldn't bother putting him in. I just don't think they'll do it. This needs to stay. This doesn't feel like it wants to stay in. Yeah, that's not my favorite. I don't like that very much. I'm doing it right, too. Oh, well. Dad is a heavy sleeper. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, I'm trying to look through these chats, but this is just really overstimulating me right now, if I'm being honest. Thoughts on Titan Doom Patrol being canceled? Honestly, it was a matter of time. Not that there was ever anything bad. I've heard good things about Doom Patrol. I've heard Titans got better, but it was just a matter of time before they started overhauling literally everything DC. Once I actually don't know if they've announced it, but once Harley Quinn gets canceled, I think people are going to be really over it. I'm already kind of over it. I just don't really like a lot of DC media lately that much. It's cool that they're doing this like Elseworld stuff where stuff isn't entirely connected, like Joker and the Batman are not connected in the Snyderverse, but I also don't really care that much. I've heard I've heard good things that like Titans got better. I heard it got better. So. I'm just hoping they had these final. They're I wouldn't say they're canceled. They're just ending. I mean, I'm sure they didn't want to end these shows just yet, but it is what it is. I think them ending these is better than straight up canceling, so you don't get a finished, a proper finale. So there's that. Like the Marvel Netflix stuff didn't get really a proper ending. I don't even know if I thought there was supposed to be a Jessica Jones season 3, and I don't even know if that ever came out. I could be wrong. Maybe there was never a season 3. Well, that's more secure now than it was earlier, so that's a good thing. But something needs to be done about this. I think something's gonna wrap around here. Without me looking at this yet, yeah, I can see something's gonna wrap around here, so this is all gonna be more secure. James Gunn's getting a lot of negative backlash over DC, and it's not even his fault. It's not entirely his fault. What can he do? His hands are tied. It has to happen. It's a thing that you can argue it doesn't have to happen. It has to happen. It is the best way to fix so many problems with DC to just start over and just get it to a start where you're back on track. I hear he's keeping some particular actors over others, which is not a smart idea. Just fresh restart. But what do I know? I'm glad he's at least getting to finish his Guardians trilogy too. Hope the Flash movie adapts the Flashpoint storyline to fix the DCEU. Well, I don't know because I actually don't know if it's going to, because then you have Aquaman, unless they've done reshoots to where you keep so like reshoots, if they move it around so Aquaman comes first or in like basically the very last movie ever in the DCEU is Flash, I could see him doing it. But then that means it's possibly going to be Ezra Miller is going to be the Flash, and I don't want him to be the Flash. I'm sorry, he should not be the Flash. He's just done too much. All right, cool. I only watched 2 episodes of Iron Fist and skipped to Defenders. I tried to get into Luke Cage and I couldn't. I got like 3 episodes in. I got halfway through Punisher, which Punisher was really good when I watched it. I was getting a little bit slow at times, but halfway through what I was watching, it was decent. I just stopped. I should have gotten back, but I didn't even bother with Iron Fist. I did not watch that. Man, some of this is really ugly. Damn. Jeez. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll have to fix that eventually. His head's kind of loose too. They did not. I did not. I do not like how they did the entire neck and ball joint. The neck and head system here this time around. I don't think it's very secure. I don't think it's very well done. It relies on, instead of an actual socket piece like this one here, it relies more on, I actually don't know if Barbados was like this. I don't think it was, but it relies on you basically just fitting into a slot that doesn't actually have a uniform, like an actual fit for the ball joint. Same thing here. I mean, it can fit in there, but it's not like, it doesn't look like it's supposed to be made like that. Yeah. I want the Flash to be recast, and I love the Shazam movie, Wonder Woman movie. The first Wonder Woman movie was pretty good. I was not a big fan of the second one. And I actually really like Shazam, but the new Shazam does not look that great to me, so I might wait for that. Discovered why Iron Fist was so bad. It's because the show was rushed into production. Yeah, I feel like they were having too much success with some of these other characters, and they wanted to get to all the Defenders. They wanted to get to Defenders really quick, so they not a full trailer, but they released a trailer for Defenders before Iron Fist was even out. So. Excuse me. Finish that off. Have you watched Black Adam yet? No. And I don't think I'm going to watch that for a while. Not interested. If I'm being quite honest. I don't think, to me personally, it just doesn't look all that great. Hands, I'm going to do later. We're at 82 minutes. Oh, God. After this first page, I am going to stop. Because my brain can't take. My brain is at a limit, unfortunately, this weekend. Dad and I only watched one episode of Inhumans and did not like it. Ever since the first trailer of Inhumans ever, when in like 2015, 2016, whenever that trailer came out, oh God, was that trailer horrendous. I thought that trailer was so bad. I don't think it was a worse TV show comic book trailer. There's two. Season 1 of Titans. Season 1 of Titans. That trailer was bad. That trailer was not good. And I haven't watched it all the way, but the Gotham Knights show that's coming to CW, and it's not based on the game. It's like its own thing. Gotham Knights does not look good. The CW show. That Inhumans remind me of that. So. There are some stinker TV shows for both comic books, unfortunately. And I have not watched any of the CW stuff because I also don't think those look that great. I've heard good things about Green Arrow up until a certain point, and I've heard good things about Flash also up until a certain point. I just can't do it. There's just too much. There's too much. Superman and Lois, I heard, is actually pretty good lately. I think I watched the clip of what would be Doomsday. Like Doomsday was in Superman and Lois, and actually, at least it's the first look for Doomsday. Before he looks like a hulking raging monster, he's got like covers on him. This is not going to fit in there. And I actually watched that scene, and I thought it was pretty good. How would you rank each Fantastic Four movie? So I haven't watched the 2015 one. I heard it was so bad. So bad. I don't think they're great, but the first one is fine for what it is, and the second one was not amazing. But was Keith David? Keith David, I think, was the voice of Silver Surfer. And I thought I didn't know too much about Silver Surfer when I was younger, but what I did know about him, I thought he was really cool. So, I was so happy to see him in live action, but once I watched him, even when I was like 10 when I watched that movie, I didn't think it was very good. seems like I'm not very easy to impress. There are some pretty great comic movies, and a majority of the MCU movies I like watching. Just some of the old ones are not great, and lately some of them are also just not great. I'm gonna skip the Gotham Knights show. I'm also skipping the game. The game does not look good, at least to me. Also, the game is $70, and it looks and runs the way it does. I can't justify that. If you watch Spawn HBO cartoon, I've only seen the first season, which is only like 6 episodes, I think. I need to get back into it because I was actually kind of digging it. But I've heard stuff with, I think it was Angela. I heard they introduce her and then they just don't do anything with her. Like they forget to, and then eventually it gets canceled. They forget to do stuff with Angela. When she gets introduced in like season 1, like there's straight up a scene with her. Like she's in a couple scenes and a couple episodes and she hasn't met Spawn yet, but it's like they set it up to where she's gonna run into Spawn, and apparently they never did. At least that's what I heard. I think a remake of that cartoon would be sick. I'm sure Todd would put himself on there like he did in that original show. Oh boy. Now that I've done one side of the arms at least, the next side is not going to be too bad. But I really don't like... I'm going to go ahead and cut out the white armor pieces. If I can find them. These up here, got to get it cut in. Watch the 90s Spawn movie on demand. I saw that years ago and I didn't love it. Didn't love it. I'm curious as to what they're gonna do when this new one's supposed to come out, because it's been in development hell forever. It seems like. More Spawn in popular media would be cool. Spawn's fine, you know. Spawn's cool. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it. I know people love it. I know Todd was probably super excited that he got the DC money bag so he could help make his own Spawn stuff. I don't know how the legality and like transferring of revenue goes over with their different lines that they work at McFarlane Toys, because I'm sure it's not as simple as Todd's making a lot of money from DC figures, so that's why he can fund his Spawn stuff. I'm sure there's some other stuff in between the seams, but sometimes it feels like it. I'm gonna check a message really quick. Huh. I had to check something, sorry. And I'm not bothering with these nub marks because you're going to get it covered by a bunch of white armor pieces. And I want to finish this up really quick and then find the hands. I think there's only one pair of hands. It usually is, I think. I need A21 and 19. Oh boy. There you are. Let me check one more. Let me check one more of your chats because I'm getting really close and I'm going to be wrapping things up. Alien and Aliens are masterpieces. Everything else is crap. I haven't seen the other Alien movies, but I love the first two. And what else? Have I watched Marvel Moon Knight on Disney Plus? Yes. Great potential, bad ending. I don't think it was god awful ending, but I thought the ending was pretty rushed. And they didn't do the greatest things with some of Oscar Isaac. He did a good job with what he did. And some people say, I've heard mixed things about representation of certain things. You know, debatable for some people. If you know, if it. What I'm trying to say is, I've seen mixed reactions to how they handled DID. And I understand both sides, but it's not really my place to judge. And I don't really know if I can have it. Not that I can't have an opinion. I just don't know if I have one regarding DID because I don't have it. And some people I've heard, though, they are not a fan of it. Some people, though, I've heard, they say they did it well. But mostly my problem was there were times where there was great potential that it was going to be very different from normal MCU stuff, and then it just kind of went into the generic areas. And I mean, Steven's backstory is Mark and the way they did Mark and Steven, all that backstory, fantastic, but the actual ending is really rushed. Almost kind of ruined the show. All right, hands, and I'm done for today. I do apologize if it seems like I was a little bit out of it, just because I am. But I'm going to finish the hands as best as I can now. I think I have to pop out some white panels for the back of the hands. I'm trying to make sure usually the flat edge here goes like this. I think I do that. Yeah. These I will, since we have a little bit of time, these I will sand a little bit. Just a little. All right, white panels, A9 and A13. I can see it's like symmetrical to where like this is like stuff for like a certain part of the body. These are probably going to be for the legs, and this is for the right hand, this is for the left hand. Exactly. Well, vice versa. This is left. This is 13. I try to go 2 hours on these live streams. Can't do it today. But an hour and a half, actually close to an hour and 40 minutes. Not bad. We're also kind of getting pretty... we've done like the top half of the figure, so there's that. And in a faster time compared to... I think it took like all of 2 hours to build Barbados, the top half of Barbados. Did I just cut the wrong piece for this? This is gonna fit in? Is this the... This is probably gonna fit in instead. What do you know? You start cutting nubs. And you drop hands. You don't throw hands, you drop you drop hands. These are nasty. I'm gonna be as careful as I can. I tend to dig in, but then I push up. Oh God, push up a little bit. Just for the right hand. I think my neighbors got their kid a... Breathe, TF. I think my neighbors got their kid a bongo set and they're going crazy right now. So my neighbors are also driving me insane. And that's why I would like to end this live stream in a second. And I'm about to, because I'm just going to build this hand. You might be able to hear that. All right, so we have the top half of the figure done. I actually like how all this looks so far. Once I build more and more, I think, like, I don't know if I'm going to take out my Robot Spirits one. I'd like to keep that in the box for now. I have the Gundam Universe one, the 6-inch one, out of the box, and I have it displayed. Next time, whenever I feel it finish this, I'll do a comparison. But we have the top half of the figure. It took me about almost an hour and 40 minutes. We messed around a little bit in the beginning because I had to set some things up and I was a little bit late. So an hour and 30 minutes, really. Yeah, not too bad. It was we took a little bit longer last time with Barbados in the first live stream. So, all right, and that is where I'm going to call it here. Thank you to anyone who was watching the live stream during the live stream, as well as that is annoying. That is so annoying. I hate their children that are upstairs above me. I hate their kids. I don't even know what I was gonna say, and I'll just get to you guys in the next live stream. If you watched the pre-recorded stuff, appreciate that too, and I'll try to get to it next. I'll try whenever I do these. I like to take when I finish a Gundam, I take some time off, and then I get to the next live stream. So I try to do them when I start a kit. I try to do it every week. I don't know. I might be busy next week. Family might be coming in town, and I've just not been told anything, so I'm gonna have to wait and see. So. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.